EA supposedly patched the glitch where your defense would sit deep and it would leave you vulnerable in the back. Well, post-patch, I can tell you that's not the case, and a lot of the time your defense will sit deep, and you're probably thinking to yourself, but I have 50, 60, 70 depth, and yet my defense is sitting deeper than my goalkeeper would be standing. Well lads, I can tell you it's something to do with your custom tactics, and it is a glitch in the game which causes your defense to sit deeper than usual, and it will leave you vulnerable. Don't worry lads, I'm about to break it down for you and teach you how to prevent it.
Griezmann, 3 men around him to somehow find some space. Ronaldo, fantastic, opening the drive back.
He's made himself the tiniest bit of space.
Almost feels like a bit of a taunt. Didn't really go for him.
Oh! The display there is absolutely ridiculous. The Elastico on the goal line. On the goal line, the finest
We
of
talked about
margins.
AUSSIEFIFA. He's not here to make up the numbers.
I've already done a tutorial on why you should never drop back in FIFA, because it leaves you vulnerable in the back. And what I mean by that is there's so much space in the 18-yard box if you drop deep that it's easy to pick out the striker, turn and shoot. And what I find is if you sit too deep this year, or your defense is too deep, they don't mark the attackers inside the box, which causes you to be vulnerable at the back. As I said before, EA did come out and say that they patched this where it was a glitch in the game, and they have prevented this from happening. But it hasn't been patched, it's still in the game, and case in point, playing Rivals today, there was that many situations where I was left vulnerable as well as my opponent was left vulnerable in the back because our defense was sitting too deep. The reason for this is because of a custom tactics glitch. If you or your opponent has either direct passing or forward runs in the attacking custom tactic, what this does is causes the defense to drop so deep that there is so much space in the 18-yard box for you to exploit and get into good positions to get a shot off. Another aspect which causes this to happen is actually in the player instructions. If you have getting behind on any of the attackers, it causes the AI defenders to track the runners as they're progressing forward and getting in behind even further back, which causes the defense in turn to sit back even further. As you can see in these situations here, my opponent is sitting super deep, even though I can guarantee to you he is not sitting on drop back, nor is he sitting on low depth. This opponent is actually sitting on around 60 to 70 depth, and I am progressing up the pitch with my attack, and as you can see, because I have direct passing and forward runs set on my custom tactics, the opponent's defense is so deep that it's so easy to exploit him, get into the space in the 18-yard box, turn and shoot. Now there is a way of preventing this from happening. It does suck a little bit that we have to try and prevent things like this. However lads, it's what we have to deal with. Offside trap is the best approach for this, and you can see in this situation my opponent also has the custom tactic glitch set on his custom tactics. Forward runs, direct passing, and getting behind on his attackers, and as you can see, my defense is so deep that I am having to constantly offside trap to push them up and get them out of the 18-yard box to actually put pressure onto the opponent. To offside trap, it's just double pressing down on the D-pad, and that will activate the players to perform an offside trap, and they will all press up at once as a line and obviously push up from the 18-yard box to prevent you from being so deep in your defense. I'm unaware whether many people know about this, but I thought I would release this video to you guys for educational purposes so that you do know why this is happening to your defense. It's not because you have such low depth or high depth or there's something wrong with your depth. There's nothing to do with that. What it is a glitch in the game wherever your opponent has their custom tactics set on direct passing, forward runs and get in behind, that your defense will sit back so deep that it will leave you vulnerable in the defense. That will signal the end of the episode. If you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comment section down below. Lads, I'm also coaching 101. If you want to be privately coached by myself, then the link is in the description down below. I'm also doing tutorials on Instagram and TikTok. Go and check them out. I'm also doing a few with different stuff on TikTok there if you have a look, to do with team of the year, etc. So go and check that out, lads. Links are all in the description down below. Thank you so much for 42k subs. You guys are turning up and showing your support. It's unreal. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. But as always, I hope you have a good day. I'm out. Sayonara, au revoir, adios, salam, ciao, and goodbye.